Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, back with Varosh and Goose-Headed, and we are going on to the fifth set of the Winners League Final between KT Rolster and MBC Game Hero. MBC Game is up 3 wins to 1, 3 kills to 1, but the fact of the matter is that when you're playing KT Rolster, nothing matters until Flash shows up. The series hasn't even started until Flash shows up. And Flash has appeared. The monster, the Robo-Terran, the ultimate weapon has appeared. He is starting out at the 12 o'clock position, the orange Terran, the unstoppable force. And he is going to be playing against C, who is starting out in the bottom left. This is Neo Moonglaive. And this is just going to be the start of what could be an epic comeback for KT Rolster. They need 3 wins from Flash, and anyone who follows the scene on any sort of regular basis can tell you Flash is absolutely ridiculous right now. He is close or above 70% in every matchup. Every matchup. That's ridiculous. The best players in the world usually are about 60% in all of their matchups. 70% is unheard of, and this guy is absolutely insane. TVT is, I don't even know what the percentage is, but I remember he went on something like a 17, 18 game win streak, something out of this world, and this is really a matchup that he dominates in, and he does this, I don't know if he'll do this again. I haven't commentated a lot of Flash games recently, not TVTs, but I remember he used to go for this this build where he would get a couple Goliaths, a couple Vultures, a couple tanks, a little bit of everything, and somehow the timing and everything, the early armory, it all worked out so that way he wasn't really vulnerable to anything. That's how I remember. I don't know if he'll do that again, but I remember I always thought that that was a very, very cool build, and I'm interested to see if he does something like that again.
Well, yeah, pretty much that's what Flash was. That's how Flash became really, really good. I mean, once he started getting some really interesting timing upgrades, some really interesting unit composition, that's when he exploded, I have to say. But C versus Flash, I really don't know what to expect. I mean, C probably knows, that he's in big trouble because the Beast was set loose. So like Flash. I mean, if I were to play Flash, and if I were to see, I'll probably be shaking right now. I mean, that Flash is the player you do not want to play against, simply said. So, both players just open up relatively standard. We have C with a relatively forward Rex, not really worth mentioning, but still, I'm really interested to see in how the map is going to affect the game, because the map, New Moonglaive. I'm sorry. I was going to use New Medusa stats.
It's a
I
Terran
do remember
favored
seeing
map.
some. Oh yeah, obviously TVT Terran always wins. So imbalanced. And I've seen a lot of TVTs on this map actually, and it usually gets to really late game. I have to say, I've seen better cruiser micro on this map, and Flash and C. Let's see how far this game goes. If the game gets really far, we're gonna have to see if C can catch up to Flash. But otherwise, C might have a chance to come back. Might come back, not really, but just pose a threat to Flash. Maybe make him blink or something.
Um, I think that if there's anyone in the world that can take down Flash and TVT, it's Sky High, and then my second choice after that is C. I think C makes great use of his dropships, and is just overall a great player, especially in Terran versus Terran, as he demonstrated last game. He just destroyed 4GG, not with any like amazing attacks or amazing harass or lucky scouting or anything, just with better decision making, better use of dropships, and it has to be said that Flash usually just is like another degree above everyone else, but I do think C has a decent shot of beating him, and the best Terran versus Terran I think I've ever seen, I don't know, maybe after Lita versus Light, maybe ahead of, was Flash versus Sky High on this map, and it was amazing, and you can really see this, how important map control is, not just in mobility and dropships and that stuff, but how you divide the center plateau is so crucial. And Flash, obviously, because he lost that game versus Sky High, has shown some vulnerability. So it's not like this is a sure win. Actually, I've been talking too long. Never mind.
You can go ahead and finish your talk if you wish, Varosh.
No, I was just about to bring up something completely different. Then I looked at the time.
Okay. All right. Well, we do have three factories coming up right now for C. I almost wanted to say Sky High because you were talking about Sky High so much. Yeah, but you are absolutely right. Sky High is really really good at this matchup. He's had some really epic ones. I'd say the trio of Sky High, Fantasy, and Flash have come up with some of the greatest TVTs that we've seen over the last year or so. Some really awesome games between the three of them. So if you are interested in TVT, just type in any two of those three players' names and you'll find something. You'll definitely find something you'll like. But other than that, it looks like we've got two factories only for Flash right now, and C actually was able to get his command center and just build it right at his natural expansion. So it gets a little bit of eco going there. Just a few seconds sooner. It's just something a little thing to note there that he got a few seconds ahead there. And the barracks is still producing for Flash. That is very interesting. Producing something like 5 or 6 Marines here, which is usually more than what you would normally see. You'd normally see about 3 or so before they stop and start using it simply for scouting purposes. But here we go. Flash is going to push out here 2 vultures. It looks like no, he's not going to push out. It looked like he was going to. And there it goes. 2 vultures, 3 tanks, and 6 marines. And there are a lot of vultures out for C. This is exactly what C did last game. He produced tons of vultures early on and took advantage of the fact that 4GG's forces were not together and took advantage of the lack of vultures. But I don't think he's going to be able to do that here. The Flash is not going to fall to something like that. He's going to keep his forces together, and until he feels the pressure, I think he's just going to feel free to macro up and wait for his upgrades. I think that what we're doing right now, we're just waiting for upgrades. And go off of something you said earlier, Varosh, that the triangle in the middle is so huge. How the map gets divided up is so critical. That is that cannot be stressed enough. How the thirds of the map get divided, and Flash is going to be expanding normally. He's going to be going. Actually, both players are going to be expanding counterclockwise. So if either player is able to buck that trend and maybe get clockwise, maybe skip a base on the old clock or something like that, that's something to note. But definitely the trio on the in the middle is going to be very, very important for this game.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about the amount of Marines Flash has. They're probably gonna use him. Yes, I was thinking that maybe Flash was gonna try and use his Marines as mind diffusers. The poor little things. But still, like C definitely knows about the importance of the middle of the map, and we can see that C has laid down an immense minefield, and no Marines. Oh wow. So C just trying to get control over that area, but not really being successful at doing so. I believe because Flash actually pushed his way out of his base towards the middle of the map. So I have to say the middle of the map is equally divided. The only difference being